Max Lowe has made a decision that could reshape Sheffield Wednesday's entire rebuild, signalling a willingness to ignore interest from higher divisions and remain at Hillsborough as the club drops into League One. At a time when relegation has been confirmed, the dressing room is thinning out by the week, and the looming threat of a 15-point deduction hangs over next season like a dark cloud. Lowe's stance carries real weight. The 28-year-old, who once crossed the city divide from Sheffield United to Sheffield Wednesday, now looks ready to anchor a project many others are stepping away from. In a squad rapidly losing experience and identity, his decision places him as a key figure for Henrik Pedersen, someone capable of bringing stability during one of the most turbulent periods in the club's recent history. Choosing to stay isn't just about loyalty, it's a show of real courage. Lowe is effectively accepting a situation where Wednesday could start the season already rooted to the bottom of the table, chasing a deficit that would test even the most resilient sides. In League One, where fine margins often decide outcomes and defensive organisation is crucial, keeping a fullback of his quality raises expectations immediately. Lowe offers pace, positional awareness, and top-level experience that most third-tier sides simply don't have. For Pedersen, that kind of continuity is invaluable. With financial limitations and uncertainty around the club's future, relying on the transfer market is far from straightforward. Stability within the squad becomes the most important asset. Keeping Lowe ensures the left-hand side remains not just solid, but potentially a real strength, giving Wednesday an edge before even factoring in the lift his presence brings to the squad. Behind the scenes, his decision is also closely linked to the proposed takeover by Arise Capital Partners. The group, led by David Storch, is working to complete the deal in time to shape the 2026/27 campaign, and Lowe has emerged as a symbolic figure in those plans. Storch has already made it clear that urgency is key, not just in rebuilding the squad, but also in challenging any potential points deduction through independent arbitration. In that context, Lowe represents continuity, credibility, and a bridge between instability and ambition. While formal contract discussions are on hold until the takeover is finalized, the alignment is clear. The player sees a project worth committing to, and the prospective owners see him as a cornerstone of a rebuild that must deliver both quickly and sustainably. This becomes even more significant given the scale of change expected this summer. With departures accelerating and new arrivals inevitable, Wednesday risk becoming a group of individuals without cohesion. Lowe's presence cuts through that uncertainty. He becomes a reference point on the training pitch, a voice in the dressing room, and a benchmark for professionalism that new signings will be expected to match. In situations like this, continuity isn't a luxury, it's essential for survival. The connection with supporters also matters. The backing of the fanbase and groups like the Supporters Trust will be crucial, and players who stay during difficult times often earn a level of respect no transfer can buy. Lowe is positioning himself not just as a player, but as a symbol of resilience. So the question now turns to the fans and the wider football world. Is Max Lowe's commitment the clearest sign yet that Arise Capital Partners can genuinely change Sheffield Wednesday's direction? Or is he taking a significant risk by remaining part of a project still surrounded by uncertainty? And if he leads this rebuild from the back, can his quality and leadership help overturn a 15-point deficit and drive the club towards an immediate return to the Championship, or is that challenge simply too great, even with him at the heart of it?